Hello, Isaac in India. This is the ECB, the arch nemesis, the audits team. On behalf of the audits team, I send you my warm welcome. And this is basically why plus how of the audits. First of all, I would like to apologize for the delay. And yeah, so basically, let's proceed. So this audit, this webinar is basically about why and how audits, and why do we do audits, and how do we do them. So what are the criterias and what are the basic terminologies that you guys need to know to basically be thorough with all the so this is webinar one of the two webinars which will be presented. So moving on. So this is our introduction. We are the arch nemesis. We are the audits team of the Entity Control Board in ISIC in India. Introducing Sidel Menon, our Chief Operating Officer, Harshada Madhu, IGET Auditor, Jinisha Singh, IGB Auditor, Shreya Purti, OGB Auditor, Kshitish, uh, Kshitish, OGB Auditor, Dhruv Shah, IGB Auditor, and finally me, Ashwin Goyal, OGET Auditor. So this is my identity, guys. I'm from Isaac VIT and currently working as a ECB OGET auditor for Isaac in India. So hi, and yeah, sorry for the delay. So first coming to why of the audits. So basically, first I'll get you through the guarantee legality in operations. So we'll see an EP's perspective here. For an example, LCA has data on expert as 100 realizations and data on sheets is 94 realizations. But LCP has data on expert as 400 realizations and data on sheets is 357 realizations. What that means is, according to us, what that means is they have expert profiles which are which do not exist. Basically, the people representing those expert profiles do not exist. So the 400 minus 357, the difference is our fake realizations according to us. So what this means is the LC has actually tried to show fake realizations on system, and on sheets these realizations don't exist. So quite simply putting it, they are cheating Isaac in India on national level. And what this does is this is unfair to other LCs because uh, in the awards, when LCs get recognized and get rewards for their performances, uh, in spite of having comparable number of exchanges, they are not able to get the awards because the LCP has already taken that award, showing fake realizations, and when they do not deserve the award. So basically, you're taking the award away from a LC who actually put in their 100% effort and were ethical. Uh, uh, you know, uh, you're taking the award away from that LC. So this is why of audits number one. Now coming to control on operations. So control on operations, we just see a EP perspective here. Suppose there's a EP named Vicky. So suppose she's from Venezuela and college in some college in Venezuela. All right, she's an expert, and her country and her university are correct. Like her EP manager has made the account there, and the expa everything is right. Like her country name is correctly displayed like Venezuela, and her university name is everything is right. But on the sheets, there is a the same EP with the same ID, and it's shown as an Indian national, and it's shown as a birthplace of an Indian. So I am talking about OGD guys. So this is a way to show, you know, it's not completely fake realization, but it's illegal according to the compendium. So you can't do this. So what is happening here is the EP from a different country, you are sending, you're showing on the system as if you have sent her on an exchange to that country, and you have shown on the sheets that she actually belongs to India. Now, this is wrong. So, to curb that, audits happen. Now, let's move on to the. I hope I'm not going too fast for you guys. Yeah. So, third is guarantee the best process. So, processes in terms of standards. So, as the MOU has changed all over ISEC as a completed, not finished. So, it's basically critical to deliver all the standards to an EP. Now, we'll again go through a little story here. Now, suppose there's an EP called Vicky again from Brazil. Okay, she came to India for GT, and on Expa it shows 11 standards delivered. And but on the sheets, the OP manager has filled that 16 standards have been delivered to the EP. Now you can see the whether correlation doesn't really add up. So what that results basically in your audit getting rejected. Now why this happens? This basically tells us that the OP manager has tried to show on the audits that she has actually he or she has delivered 16 standards, making it a complete exchange, but actually on XBAR it's not completed. So you're actually trying to cheat the system, which is again not what ISEC stands for. ISEC stands for ethics and values, and this is what ISEC stands for. So yeah. Second scenario, there can be another scenario where Vicky again comes from Brazil to India for GT, and on both Expa and the sheets, it shows 16 standards completed. Amazing, cool. It's cool till the point the EP comes to us filing an ECB case against the particular LC which he went to, complaining about standards, uh, not non-delivery of standards. What do we do then? Now, you have seen that she has filled the LD and the NPA, showing that she has received 16 standards. So what's the case all about suddenly? So what this shows is the LDA and the NPS of the EP was filled by the OP manager or the EP manager, and this is illegal according to the. It's a strict violation of our ISEC decisions, which were taken at national conferences by the MC. So uh, this this can't be allowed. Now, to be very honest, this only the EP is allowed to fill the LDA and NPS for herself or himself. That's why opportunities.isec.org exists. That's why isec.org exists. That's why Expa exists. Expa is a separate entity from isec.org. Now, opportunities or isec.org is for the EVs to use, not for the managers to use. So, you get the point. So, LDA and NPS should be filled only by the EVs. So, this will be checked now. So, this is an overview of the why of audits. So, basically, guarantee and legality in operations, control on operations, and guarantee the best processes. Now, important points to keep in mind. If the LCs do not fill audits on time and completely, their audits will be rejected and will not be considered for awards. You guys, the LCs who are getting their audits rejected or incomplete audits, they will not be eligible for awards at the NLS 2017. Uh, I'm sorry, but this audits will be considered for those awards. And if you have already missed audits, then sorry, you won't be considered for any of the awards. Now, importance of standard delivered. So that we can move easily towards the new MOS complete, all standards have to be delivered to our EPs. Now, as said in the previous example, audits happen. We check the first and the second scenario. If that's the case, we talk to the LC what's happening, and thereby we ensure that standards are getting delivered to an EP. That that way we are completing our promise of delivering a complete exchange to an EP. Someone once said to me that if you're not delivering a complete exchange, we shouldn't be delivering exchanges at all. So that's what our motto should be. Anyways, moving on. Filling in correct details is mandatory as these audits will be kept for future references. Now, don't think that you'll slide away or slip away with incorrect details, and these details won't come up in the future because these audits will survive for a longer period. These audits will be kept for future, so these will affect your chances of getting awards in the future as well. So please make sure that everything is correct in these audits. Now, moving on to how. So, uh, first, we thought of educating you guys about the webinars. So that's why this webinar is happening. This is webinar 1.1, 1.0, which is why plus how of audits. And webinar 2.0 will be conducted later, which is how to fill audits and how to best fill audits. So uh, this webinar will be very, very, very important to attend because as of now, many VPs are making mistakes in filling the audits, which is causing problems for us at the ECB to audit them, obviously. Because if the data is incomplete, if the half of the data is jumbled up, it's very difficult for us to uh, audit your trackers. So webinar 2.0 will be very very crucial to attend. So I would advise all of you watching to kindly attend it. Now moving on, reports. So reports is something which we as an ECB, there will be two types of reports: individual reports and commercial reports. Now the individual reports is suppose I am the OGET auditor for ECB ISEC in India. I'll be generating a report on the OGET product of you know for the month. So I'll be listing down the number of LCs who have got their audits approved, the number of LCs have got their audits rejected, main points for improvement. Now there will be a report generated from the commission also, which is the commission head. So your respective commission heads. Now, in that commission report, bottlenecks and which LCs need support from the MCs side will be highlighted. So basically, uh, you guys, if you guys need help and all that, it will be cleared in the commission report. And like the VP, the MC VP will be sharing his or her thoughts about how you guys should proceed further in audits and in general in your ISEC experiences as the EB of your respective LCs. So not only for the EBs but also for the members and team leaders who are watching this. Audits are very important to understand. Next, so the coaching system. So we as an ECB came up with a coaching system to actually coach you guys and finesse that audits procedure and make sure that no VP is making any sort of mistake in filling the audits. Now, how we do this is the product responsibles will call up every VP each month to notify their mistakes, gain influences, and clear all doubts. So, suppose Kshitij is OGV auditor, so he'll be calling up his respective assigned VPs and he'll be basically notifying them of their mistakes and getting inferences, taking the VP's viewpoints, clearing his doubts, his or her doubts, and making sure that they don't have any whatsoever troubles in filling the audits. Because as we want to be strict on you, we also want to be helpful. So yeah, so you can note down the coaches for IGV. Janisha will be handling Janisha will be handling the audits for the following LCs. Dhruv will be handling the audits for the following LCs. I'll give you guys a minute to note it down. Or yeah, yeah. Moving on. This was IGV. So OGV, Shreya and Kshitij are the product responsibles for OGV. So Shreya will be handling the following LCs and Kshitij will be handling the following LCs. I'll give you guys a minute to note it down. Yeah. So for OGET and IGET, there are only one project head, which is IGET is Harshita, product responsible, and OGET is me, Ashwin, product responsible. So obviously we'll be handling all LCs. Now the timeline. This is again very important for you guys to take a note of. Take a note of this clearly because any deadline failing will result in your audits being rejected. So, third of every month will be the deadline for audits filling by the LCs, which means your LCIR package framework, which is the folder which you guys have, and every folder, the every file should be updated by the third of every month. So, after the fourth, after the third, the ECB starts auditing on those audits. So 8th is the deadline for us, the ECB team, to do those audits. 13th is the deadline for the reports by the ECB, the individual reports, not the commission reports. Commission reports will be taken care of by our commission heads. Now 14th to 27th, these are when the calls are happening. So the coaching calls by the ECB are happening at this time. So uh, they are happening this month as well. So you guys will be getting calls from your respective product responsibles. Be sure to attend and answer those calls and clear all your doubts because this will be crucial in your future audit filling. So yeah, thanks guys for attending. That was it. For any queries, contact anyone from the team, Sidel, me, anyone. Your project responsible, product responsibles, and yeah, thank you guys. Bye bye.